Good morning, students. In my previous video, I told you about I am going to start the very first unit of your biology section, and the first chapter under this unit is reproduction in organisms. So before getting into the chapter details, I just want you to be aware with some terms which are very important for you to learn the different concepts and definitions further, which we will discuss in detail in this chapter. Then the first very term which I am going to take, the first very term is life span. Okay, so life is and span. Lifespan, when these two words are joining, we are talking about a certain time interval, right? So here we are talking about the time interval of a life, right? So the life starts from the birth, right? From the birth till the death, in a very layman language, right? And this time period between the birth and death is called as life span, as simple as anything, right? So a living organism, all the living organisms are having a certain lifespan. It may vary from individual to individual. So from the birth till death, right, the time period which is coming is known as lifespan. Now lifespan, in a lifespan there are different like we can say categories also, and which are like, if I very first one is the birth, when an individual is born, right? Second one is juvenile phase, or you can say a stage. And third one is reproductive, right? Reproductive phase or stage. Third and later the fourth one is the aging or senescence, and the last one is the death, right? So these are the different stages which every living organism go through, right? Birth, when an individual is born. Juvenile stage, this is a non-reproductive stage, a stage where an individual is in a stage of non-reproduction, means no gametes are formed, nothing is happening which is related to the reproduction. Juvenile phase is a non-reproductive phase, right? Third one is reproductive phase, when an individual matures and they are producing different gametes. Then is the aging or senescence. Both these terms shows the same meaning, but aging is used when we are talking about humans, right? When we are talking about humans or animals, and senescence is used when we are talking about plants. And the last one is the death. So when we will talk about lifespan, every time it must be clear to all of you that we are talking about the different stages in a sequence, in a hierarchy, starting from birth till death, right? So these were the different stages, and now the term must be clear. What is the meaning of a lifespan? The time interval of a life, which starts from birth till death. Now the second most important term is, and a very common term you are aware with in your lower classes also, is reproduction, right? Reproduction. So what is the meaning of reproduction? So get